evening, everybody. It is Tuesday.
Hi, guys.
It's my turn. I'm Dustin.
I'm Chandra.
She's
Hi.
rude.
Rude.
Talking out of turn.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
You didn't even raise your hand.
Yeah.
And this is Thor, the cat. He is traversing my lap at the moment, trying to get cat fur all over my freshly clean clothes that I just put on after showering because I didn't want to be stinky for all of you. I know you don't have smell-o-vision, but I didn't want to test it.
Aren't you so lucky? I mean, it is shower time because, daylight savings is coming up.
Got to get cleaned up for the new time.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Shauna's here. Hello, Shauna. Thank you so much. She said she's looking forward to this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She doesn't have a lot going on, I guess.
We're not that impressive.
Sherry is here, and she's a new member.
Well, thank you for joining. We appreciate that.
We need to start doing some kind of animation or something for new members.
Yeah, maybe you should just get up and dance.
Shut up and dance with me.
Ugh, I haven't had to listen to that in at least a week.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
So it looks like Sherry, Shauna, Sharon, all the S's are in the house.
Right? We've got the shh squad.
If only you'd be shh.
I don't like you.
Stacy is in the house.
I don't like you.
You don't
like Stacy.
Oh, you like Stacy?
I don't like you.
Yes.
Just in case anybody was questioning.
Must be settling in. That's right.
Yes. Oh, if this cat, can you just sit? Oh, at least he's licking you now.
Jaheel says, oh my God, it's Dustin and Chandra. Oh my God. Too much.
No, it's never too much.
It's never enough. Please adore us.
Yeah.
Please adorn us with adoration and praise.
So, when I used to work at Hendricks, hospital out on the west side, there was a friend that I had there who I one time said something like, oh, I don't remember, something, where you're saying a phrase. My brain escapes me. I'm sorry. I left it upstairs.
All right, so let me see if I can help decipher.
Okay.
So where were you?
I said a common phrase.
Yes.
Something about anywho, a common phrase that could be construed as compliment, like give me a compliment, but that wasn't what I meant to say. It was like, help me do this or whatever or whatnot. And so she was like, oh, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, whatever. And I was like, okay, every time now. Every time. Every time you see me now, I need to hear that. Always, constantly, chronically, you need to say that.
You are so beautiful.
So every time she saw me, she was like, oh, you're so stunning. Just every time. It became a joke between us. Oh, you have the scratch in the wall on the screen.
Well.
So behind me, right there, is a scratch in the wall from when we used to have a recliner that was...
It wasn't it was the big brown couch. The big brown sectional, yeah. It was a really cheap brown sectional that we got from one of the worst places ever. So bad I won't even name the place.
Anyway, so we bought furniture there, and from kids and everything else, they bashed it up against the wall. And we
showed up broken, but I mean,
well,
anyway.
the couch did show up broken, and they refused to replace it or repair it. But anyway, so there's a scratch in the wall that we have not yet repaired. Instead, we put a cat house in front of it. It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
other people repair things. I put cat houses in front of things.
We have 1,100 cat houses in this house.
No, we do not. No, we do not. We have three cat houses.
3 little ones.
3.
Timmy must be here.
Yes, hi, Timmy.
Keyboard hijinks.
The cat has finally decided to settle. He's sitting on the armchair. I feel like an evil villain.
Wasn't he like doing like downward facing dog in your lap yesterday?
Oh my Lord. This cat is so insane. So we have other couches like right over there. Okay. And that's where we sit to watch TV together. So I sit on one side and Dustin sits on the other side, and the cat sat on the armrest and literally like downward facing dog just dug his head into my arm. He didn't want me to pet him. He didn't want me to touch him. He didn't want to cuddle me. He just and like dunked his head into my armpit. Yeah, it was weird.
We had started a new show last night. We started watching Shrinking.
Yes.
Because
on Apple TV.
On Apple TV, because we switched over to T-Mobile, and they gave us Apple TV, and they gave us a discount on our Netflix.
Yes.
And so we started doing that. We're going to cry a bunch watching that show.
It looks really good. It's got Jason Segel in it. And I just think he is a wonderful human. I think he's just amazing. He is the one who single-handedly basically resurrected the Muppets. I love him. He is amazing.
And Lynn is here.
Hi, Lynn. Thanks for joining us.
And Shauna says she got her cocos in today.
Okay, so we ordered some. We ordered like...
Okay, so first off, just a kind of a backstory. We did our video. They sent us that jar. I believe we mentioned that jar came to us free of charge.
Right.
For the review. We liked it enough that we went ahead and ordered 3 more jars.
Right.
We went through those 3 jars, and then we ordered 5 more jars. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5!
It's Feed Your Fat Girl chocolate. It is a thing.
Yeah. 5 more jars. They sent us 6. So I reached out to Fahad, who was this last Saturday's guest on Saturday Sit Down. We had a wonderful time talking, a lot of wonderful information. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that in its entirety, go back and check that out. You'll get around to listening to it, probably not.
Yeah, I'll turn it on and do stuff.
And so we had him on, talked to him, and I decided, you know what? We're going to keep them in business.
Right.
And it's so yummy. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think if you like it.
Yes. So the first jar that we had, remember I said it tasted like it could have been ground a little bit more. It could have been run through this second batch. It doesn't have that issue. Do you mind? I'm a little busy right now.
You're not supposed to make out with the animals.
I'm just talking to him. Anyway, this last batch is just perfect. There's no texture-y thing as far as I can tell. It's good. And yeah, I can't help myself. Feed your fat girl. I eat at least a couple spoonfuls of it every day.
Diane Bailey is here. Good evening, Diane.
Good evening, Diane. Thank you for joining. I'm arguing with a cat intermittently.
Super Michael the Mario Kirby fan is here. Probably one of the best names ever.
Yes, I agree.
It is not like Nutella because it does not smell like feet.
It's just like chocolate spread.
But it is made with almonds.
Yes, it's made with almonds. I don't remember what the sweetener is.
It is erythritol.
Erythritol.
I think there's some monk fruit too.
It doesn't really have the cooling effect.
The first jar did.
The first jar did, but I didn't notice it on this one. Did you? Yeah. So like I said, Fahad is the type of person who will continually correct. He is very precise and particular, and he will continue to adjust until he has it better than perfect.
We mentioned in our review how we would like to maybe try it or know what it tasted like with allulose. And he was texting me just the other day, I made some with allulose.
See, he constantly corrects, and he will adjust and adjust and adjust until everything is beyond perfect.
Yeah, so she said a little goes a long way. Like I had just like 2 little spoonfuls earlier, and it's just like...
Yeah, I have a spoonful or 2 every day, and I'm good.
You could
but
really
I need the chocolate.
You could eat like the whole jar and be like happy.
If I ate the whole jar, that would probably be dinner.
Oh yeah. So Sherry said she's gonna maybe have to try it. If you do try it, let me know.
Yeah, I don't like Nutella either. I don't like hazelnut in particular. I used to be able to tolerate the hazelnut coffee creamers back in the day with Coffee Mate if it was the only one left in the fridge. My parents used to like hazelnut, so when we would go over for family dinners or whatever, and that's what they had, I can tolerate it. But would I choose it? No, I'm not a fan.
So it's not a huge Nutella fan. It is very smooth. It is very good. And I mean, it's one of those products, one of those companies, they continually change. Like we've been working with them for probably 5 years.
Yeah.
Even before YouTube. I mean, even when I just had my Instagram, he would send me stuff and try out. So it's just one of those long-term relationships where I want to see him succeed.
And the stuff that he makes is very good quality. This Coco Zen is the most affordable item he makes, but he makes other things that are like meal replacement type of snacks that don't work for meal replacements for fat people like us.
Yeah.
But
they're expensive. Like, he even mentioned on the live that the Nova, the chocolate Nova, is like $10 a little cup.
Yeah.
That's
he makes a
I
lot.
I want to support the man, but I don't have the bank account.
We don't roll like that.
No.
See the way my bank account is set up.
It says no.
But it's all very good, very high quality.
Yeah.
And he spends a lot of time making sure that everything is.
That chocolate Nova stuff processes in a chocolate grinder thing for like 72 hours. So it's super silky smooth. It's delicious. And if you can afford it,
really good.
We cannot.
No, we don't live that life.
We do not.
I mean, I'm not saying I would say no to that life. I'm just saying currently we're not there.
Shauna said to let him know she's having a taste test because he's local.
I may get really jealous. I'm just saying. You and me may not be friends anymore after that. No, I'm just kidding.
No. I have never actually got a chance to meet him in person. We've done live streams together. I did his years ago. I was on episode 39 of his podcast when I was 39 years old. That's how I remember what episode it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 45 this year. Where does the time?
Old man.
You're older than me. Anyway.
I don't even like you. Thought we established that once already.
Silly human.
Okay, so we started watching a new TV show. You guys have to watch this.
Well, we finished up what we can watch right now until we decide to get Paramount Plus.
Right. So it's called Resident Alien, and it's on Netflix.
Yes.
But the newest season is out on Paramount Plus. Excuse me. It's very funny. We very much like it. And we start talking alien to each other, and then we can't stop talking alien to each other. It's very fun. I just love it. It's adorable. I mean, it's adorable. Some people, it may not be your thing, but it's fun.
Yeah, just popping to say hi, everyone. Ron, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you so very much for stopping in and thinking of us.
The cats are cleaning each other now.
She got a handwritten note.
I know. Isn't he the nicest?
Yeah, he sends us handwritten notes sometimes. It's really nice.
Yeah. I think he's running a great company out there. We love to support him as much as we can.
Lynn says, sorry about your keto chow pudding slight disaster. That was a real keto chow shame. I know.
Honestly, I'm kind of happy it failed because I didn't want to taste it.
I guess that
it sounded terrible, but I told him it was important to upload it, even if it was a fail, because everybody needs to see you guys fail sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we really do put effort into these recipes, and some. I mean, I've done some steak recipes where I burnt the steak, and I'm like, we still obviously eat the steak, but it didn't look good to me, or like things don't look right, and you want to, especially because YouTube is a long-term place for content. So
yeah, and but you're human, and you should post even some of the fails.
Yeah, I do from time to time,
because people who are watching us need to see that simple actually means that most of the time it's simple, but sometimes we mess it up.
Yeah, I mean, and Jen Lucas had said that the chocolate doesn't truly lend itself to making like fudge. Like the butter will separate from it for some, and so that's something to think about. Maybe I'll make it again and maybe do vanilla, and because that was my initial thing, because they were doing the launch of the vanilla cream and the strawberry cream. So I was like, well, let me make some vanilla pudding, and then I made the executive decision at the last minute to try chocolate because I figured chocolate, it's a stronger flavor, and
forgiving.
And I would be like, and I didn't want to go, you know what I mean, like.
The concept of it sounded bad to me.
It sounded bad. I know I'm not a fan
try it.
of mayonnaise, Like, we don't keep mayonnaise in the house.
Nope.
Until recently we decided. So
the small child
has a thing for what is called Daddy's favorite sandwich, which is Miracle Whip, white bread, and ham.
Right.
And I tried to replicate this with better ingredients by making my own mayo for her and getting a low carb ham and getting some low carb bread because she's 5. And she was a trooper, and she tried like 3 or 4 iterations of it. And
she tried 3 or 4 different homemade mayonnaises.
And she would just go and spit it in the trash. Paul failed her because I couldn't get it.
She was like, "You tried, Paul."
Yeah.
And she did hug you.
Yeah. But I just couldn't quite get because I don't know what Miracle Whip. I'm just not. So
Miracle Whip, what it tastes like.
Yeah, and so I went and got a tiny jar of Miracle Whip. Is it the best? No. But does she deserve it? I mean, she does.
If it makes her happy and helps her to actually eat,
yeah,
then that's fine.
Yeah.
We do have again, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, getting a toddler to eat. I don't know the secret. We try. We offer a smorgasbord of food to her every day.
Yeah.
Multiple choices
eggs
every day.
Right now, her food of choice is eggs and sausage.
Sort of. Today, she ate, I think, 3 bites in total.
For
the day.
She just doesn't want to eat.
Yeah.
She would rather do anything else besides eat.
She's just busy. She got stuff to do.
Shauna says, I was thinking of a friend of mine had some of the original pods. We weren't really impressed, but it does seem he is always working on production. Yeah.
Yes. Constantly.
So, yeah, the pods are good. I'm not a big fan because they do come like their own paper spoons. I don't like the paper spoons either.
I think it changes the flavor.
It does to us. Yeah. Yeah. Now I understand why he does it because they're supposed to be on the go.
Right. They're portable. But I would throw the paper spoon in the trash.
We're still babies.
Yes.
And
he cries a lot.
I do. I need to be burped and changed. Anyway, feed me. Lynn says 45. I could be your mother.
Yeah. I don't know if he would have turned out any better. He's still rotten all the way through.
Jaheel says, Dustin, I thought you were 18 and Chandra was 17. I feel deceived. I was going to ask if you're prepping for the SAT.
When I was 17, I didn't take up as much couch space.
I didn't know her yet. Probably. I wish I did, though. She tells me stories.
You'd have been in love with me.
I would have, and you would have not liked me.
Probably not.
You would have probably broke my heart.
Maybe.
Broke my heart. Oh.
You're so dorky.
Let's see. Yes, I only have one gripe. All the writing on the jar is so tiny.
Yes. I do agree with that. I think we were trying to read it.
Yeah.
During part of the video, and I'm like, my glasses prescription is not strong enough.
Your pudding disaster made me want to try making mayo myself. It doesn't necessarily have to be room temperature because the oil is going to be room temperature. So when you pour the oil in, it's going to warm the egg a little bit anyway. It's going to
almost temper it.
It's going to temper it. I mean, it's not. I mean, obviously, room temp. It doesn't really matter. I would recommend you could make the mayo with just the egg and the oil, but it's not going to you need to put a little bit of mustard in there and a little bit of garlic and onion, whatever you like, whatever mayo you like. And then
to replicate the taste.
And I think that they say maybe a little bit of vinegar in there, a little lemon juice. That kind of helps keep it solidified. I did not do that because I was just trying to make a pudding out of it. I did do a little bit of that when I made it for the girl. A little bit of mustard, because that's part of usually put a mustard powder, some garlic powder, some onion, paprika, all these flavors that kind of go into a mayo. So yeah, I mean, it's super duper easy. You can literally make it in less than it takes you longer to get the ingredients out of the cabinet and assemble it than it does to actually make it. And then you just scoop it out into a container, seal it up, put it in the fridge, and you're good to go.
Don't you have a mayo video?
I do have a mayo video, and it's basically the same thing as just egg. I just egg and oil from that because I just needed a couple of tablespoons to make chaffles.
And it makes really good white bread chaffles.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
You might need to put a link when we're done with this to the mayo video that you did and to the white bread chaffles and how to make those. Those are really good. They are very white bread. I mean, they really taste like white bread.
I mean, yeah.
I
threw the whole container away.
No.
I didn't even try to salvage the little cup that I put it in.
I didn't even see it face to face. He sent me a picture of it and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to lose it. I can't." No.
It was so it was just like you could see it just separate. And I was like so heartbroken. I was like, I had spent so much time. I literally had to go to the grocery to get more avocado oil.
Gross. Just gross. I can't. There's so my whole, like my kids and myself, there's a texture thing. And sometimes food, depending on what it is, if it looks at me funny, I'm out. No, not going to happen. Don't care what it is. Don't care if it's something I love. If it looks at me funny, I'm done. And when he sent me that picture, I was out. Nope, not even going to try this.
Ron says he loves making it. It's so easy to make. It is silly for someone like me to go out and buy a clean mayo, even as cheap. Even as cheap as you can get it at Costco.
Primal Kitchen.
But not the Primal Kitchen. There's a different brand. The same oil that I used to make the second batch of mayo in the video is the same brand that Costco's carrying right now. I even have a short about it. I'll put a link to that once I'm done here. But yeah,
it doesn't make sense to buy that.
No, it's so expensive. We're only going to use it.
We don't use it.
We're going to use a couple tablespoons. So I mean, and realistically, I've come to the point now where even utilizing mayo in some of my recipes doesn't make sense. I'll use sour cream instead because I will use sour cream. She doesn't like sour cream either, but sour cream is something that I will use, and I can buy super small containers of it for like $1. So it's way more economical for me to use a couple tablespoons of sour cream, even over making my own mayo, because it's just going to sit in the fridge and go to waste.
Yeah, I won't touch any of that stuff. Won't touch it. I know better.
Keto Simple. I'm not a fan of mayo. Also Keto Simple. Let's make pudding out of mayo.
That's what could go wrong? I was like, why are you trying to do this to me? Why are you trying to hurt me? And he was like, well, I just want to know if I can do it. And I was like, why are you? Honestly, I think a lot of his recipes are just to see how mean he can be to me. If he can make me taste something that's disgusting.
It's just, I have this thing where I love pudding. Like vanilla pudding is like my all-time favorite. Like even with the terrible ingredients, I'll still buy the Jell-O pudding, the zero sugary one. I'll buy that because there's a texture that I can't replicate. There's a flavor that I can't replicate, even though it's not the best ingredients. I haven't found a replacement that gives me what I'm looking for.
And I'm not a pudding fan. No. I'm not opposed entirely. My best friend was asking me about it while you were making it. She was like, so you're just opposed to this because it's keto? And I was like, well, no, not really. Because I may eat pudding once a year or less if that's the only option available. There's so many other things I prefer that pudding is generally the very last choice on my list. I'll even eat ice cream above pudding, and I barely like ice cream. Well, hello.
We were talking about you, not to you.
You got stuck adulting. I feel like I'm always stuck adulting. It's very irritating.
I underestimated how much adulting we'd have to do as adults.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be a lot more.
Like there was going to be a lot of driving. There was going to be a lot of partying. There was going to be a lot of
doing whatever we want to do.
Doing whatever you want to do and nobody telling me what to do.
I have a 5-year-old who's in charge of me.
Yeah, I'm always being told what to do. Whether I'm at home or at work, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't have powdered mustard. I mean, we have a couple different kinds of mustard. I have like spicy brown. I have yellow.
Can get powdered mustard. It's very cheap.
Like mustard powder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, if you don't have it,
it's a good flavoring to add to other things. It doesn't taste the same to me as mustard, the condiment, does. It's similar, but it's not the same. It's much more mild and easier to add to things.
Yes.
But yeah, he uses regular mustard, which again,
I have not made the butter mayo because I watched the 2KK video and it looked like it took too long. I mean, I'm not keto simple for a reason. I mean, it's a reason. Like, and I've watched all like the Cooking Chris Nashville videos. There's too many moving parts in his stuff. Like his tortillas look great, but I don't want to whip it up, cook it, and then cook it again. Or I'm like, he made like refried beans and it had like blended up bologna in it. I'm like,
oh no, no.
There was just
we're not doing that.
The mashed potatoes was like that was a lot. Like there was too much work in his recipes. His recipes made me need to take a nap.
Anything that has bologna in it is a no.
I love bologna.
No,
I still buy bologna from time to time. It's terrible for you. I mean, it could be worse. It could be like donuts, but whatever.
No. I'm not bologna in.
I just found some ground mustard in the cupboard.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect.
It is. It's a more mild flavor than an actual mustard condiment.
Shauna is amazing. She put both the mayo video and the chaffle video in
there.
That
is awesome. Thank you so much, Shauna.
And so this is a good thing. It says add an extra yolk if separates.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Maybe you should have tried that with your mayo pudding.
I will make it again.
I still won't try it.
And I'll do like the airplane, like
no.
Or like a choo-choo train. Choo-choo.
No.
Open the tunnel.
You would have to hold me down and like pry my mouth open.
Sounds like
I do bite.
Sounds like date night.
I will bite.
Chosen foods is what we're talking about. John Guggenheim is here.
Hello, John.
I have not tried the egg. I'm trying to find any other thing besides that. Well, wait, I did make.
You made that once.
Well, I do have a short for the boiled eggs one. I did make the boiled egg pudding, and it was good.
It was more like a custard.
Yeah, I would need to redo it to my liking, where the yolks aren't all the way done. I think
I won't try that.
You would never know.
I would. It sounds disgusting.
It just because to me. It just had a grainy-ish texture to it when it was done.
To me, it was like a custard. It was not a pudding. And I know that they're very similar, but it was more custardy because a custard has an egg base anyway. And that's the flavor that you get out of it, is a custard flavor. More so than a pudding flavor.
Yeah. It was good. I think I had too much sweetener in it.
I wonder if so my mom used to make a coconut custard cream pie.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could take that recipe and adapt it. Because it's actually very simple to make a custard. If we could take that and adapt it and make it something keto.
Maybe.
We'll look at it.
John says, hello. Hello?
Is it me you're looking for?
Yes. New lease, plumbing issues, beneficiary update. She's added us to her will.
I hope not.
My grandma always told me she wanted me to get a job over at Robin Run, which is that retirement community.
Yeah.
Over behind the high school.
Yeah, I know where it is.
She's like, go work over there. Them old people put you in their will.
No, that's always a bad idea. Don't do that.
I was like 16. I'm like, no one likes me.
Don't do that. Don't take advantage of old people. Jen, you're not old.
I did find a clean bologna at one of the bougie butchers. My thing is I just like Eckrich bologna. I grew up on Eckrich bologna and wheat bread. So I'll get like Great Value or whatever brand it's called, the Walmart Market brand or whatever. They have a keto bread, and it's not keto. And we're not. It's just keto by name only, but it's a low carb bread to a degree, right? And if I'm feeling like I need a bologna sandwich, for some reason that half loaf and the bologna and the amount of bologna and the bread and the loaf are identical. There's enough for 2 pieces of bologna per sandwich, and there's enough bread and enough bologna. It's perfect.
No. You know the weird thing? When I was a kid, not only did I eat bologna and like it, I also ate hot dogs and liked them.
And you like
I
ketchup.
liked ketchup.
Ketchup on your eggs.
No, ketchup on my hot dog and mixed in with my macaroni and cheese. And now, not on your life. None of it. No. Ew. Gross.
Yeah, Chris's recipes are very. I watch it. I'm like, well, that's really cool. I like this video. Not gonna make it. I'm like, I mean, come on. That's a lot. Let's see. Cooking Chris natural recipes usually look difficult and a little intimidating. But once you make something once, yeah, I know, I understand. It's just one of those things I'm like,
it seems so daunting.
I don't care enough. And that sounds mean, but it's true. I like easy, simple things.
Yeah.
I mean,
are they fighting again? Ugh, the
our
cats are arguing.
They're
trying to knock my painting.
They're hitting each other with their mittens.
Those mittens have claws.
I know, but they look like they're danger mittens.
They are danger mittens.
Like if somebody bred a cute little cuddly animal with Freddy Krueger.
Yes, exactly. We need to get them little Freddy Krueger sweaters.
She did put them in Christmas sweaters one year, and they just fell over and laid on their side.
Bloop, and just laid there stunned, like I had just drugged them or something. They just bloop right over and wouldn't move, and they just had this look on their face, and you're just they were so funny.
It was so much animal abuse.
I loved it though. It was the best
because it didn't hurt them. They were just like, what's happening? And they just fell to the ground. They just laid there, didn't even move. They're like
big eyeballs, just like it was so funny. It was so funny.
It's just something to think back on, just
cats.
like when the girl told me she hated me for real, no cap the other day.
Well,
and I just laughed the entire. She was so mad because I was laughing. I was laughing near her in the car, and and she was so upset, but she was trying not to laugh too.
Well, you can't laugh at her.
She said she hated me for real, no cap.
I know.
You guys can translate that. I think
it's very funny, but you can't laugh at our girl.
Egg pudding, 2KK says, if it's grainy, you need to blend it longer.
I thought it tasted good. It tastes like custard. But again, that's also the type of thing, like, I might eat it once in a year.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's not something I go for or go to, is custards or puddings and things like that. That's not something I was grown up with.
It is crazy what he comes up with. He comes up with some really awesome ideas. And the funny thing of it for me, like, I wonder where his inspiration comes from, because some of that stuff doesn't make any sense. Like the idea that like bologna and refried beans, like a refried bean type replacement, would have like thick cut bologna in it. I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense to me. But then at the same time, like most of the recipes that I've come up with that I love and utilize to this day have come from me basically just thinking about food while I'm fasting.
You're not wrong. You always do that.
And Shauna says, no hard-boiled eggs in any form past these lips. I
like hard-boiled eggs, but I know a lot of people are just not fans.
I'm a bigger fan of 6-minute eggs.
No. If it's slimy, it's a no. If it runs away from me, I don't want it. It obviously doesn't want to be caught.
Jen says, when making keto chow fudge with the chocolate flavors, I couldn't get the butter to properly blend. It would separate only in the chocolate flavors.
I wonder what ingredients in there that does that.
Weird. I don't know. Timmy just asked me if he adds an egg of his mommy, and I won't be separated anymore.
No, what he needs to do is put you both in a blender, and that'll make sure you're not separated.
The blender. Put them in the blender. I don't know what's more unrealistic,
Timmy,
or you have a wife.
Oh yeah, either or.
Yeah,
I don't believe either.
Yes, I'm leaving you my keto chow. That's a lot. I could buy a house.
That is a lot of keto chow, Jen.
Yeah. She did indeed say she put ketchup on her macaroni and cheese.
When I was a child, I did those things.
Still counts.
I do not do that at all anymore. Ketchup does not come near me. I can't. When the kids come over and they put ketchup on something, they have to sit across from me on the other side of the table because the smell bothers me so much. When I was a kid, I was weird. I mean, weirder.
You are a human.
I am a weirdo.
Actually, she is a lizard.
I am not a lizard.
She's a lizard.
He has the girl convinced that I'm a lizard because I'm always cold. I have some dry skin. And what was the other thing? There's no flies in the house.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm a lizard.
Shauna says, I like making recipes, but I do better when I keep it simple.
Same.
And Sharon says, 30 minutes treadmill done. Now for some booyah berry salty. All right. How dare I laugh near the girl? I laugh near everybody.
Right?
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing near you.
Adjacent.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
She just says some of the most ridiculous stuff.
Right.
And then
But
she's
she's
so
fine.
mean. She just kicks me and punches me, and then she's small, so it doesn't hurt.
But you let her do it.
What am I supposed to do? Put her actually in the garbage?
No, but you say no and you put her in timeout.
I do.
Not.
Whatever.
You do not. You do not.
Anyway, the egg pudding is very good. She just needs to sit overnight for the flavor to develop. Yeah.
Yeah.
That bologna refried bean sounds slightly better than eggplant refried version I saw. Eggplant Friday.
Don't start it again. Oh, don't start it again.
Oh, that sounds. I don't know. I've just never been in one for eggplant in my mouth.
I can't.
Go Sharon. Go Sharon. It's the treadmill. I can't exercise in the evening like this. If I do, I'm up all night and can't sleep. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I was worried about that too. I'd always go to the gym in the morning. Then I was ready for my day, and then get home at night and just be.
You're always like that at night.
Lynette, not me. It helps me, or Lynn, not me. It helps me sleep, using up my energy for the day. Yeah, that's like, getting out, getting all the wiggles out.
Yeah, we have the girl get all the wiggles out.
Yeah. And then she's like, I just got to run. I just have to run.
I just have to run. And then she'll go out front and run to the stop sign and back like 20 times. I just have to run.
And then she'll lay down. I just need to rest.
She's also a little bit weird.
Timmy. Poor Timmy. He's so neglected. How dare you leave his mom? I used to love hot sauce on my mac and cheese. So I used to mix tomato soup and Velveeta shells and cheese together. Oh, it was so good. And then I would do things like either dip like saltine crackers in it, or I would dip stuff like pizza rolls in it.
Nope.
Or corn dog nuggets.
Nope. The only thing out of all the stuff that you just said that I would actually eat would be saltine crackers. That's it. I don't like pizza rolls. I've eaten them.
How do you not like pizza rolls?
I don't like them.
It's pizza and rolls.
I don't like them. They taste fake. I don't do Velveeta. Never have. This just wrong on every level.
Someone.
I don't like plain tomato soup. I do like minestrone and stuff like that has a tomato base, but I don't like tomato soup on its own. What else did you say? Corn dog nuggets, corn dog, hot dog, anything? Nope. Wouldn't eat it.
You know what?
It's a no.
You know what?
What?
Yeah, I just go back to eating like a 5-year-old and just be happy. And
you always used to eat like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And mix it all together and eat it all together. I don't know how you do it. My food should not touch each other. I'm very particular on what I will eat and what I won't eat.
I know. I'm the one who does the cooking. I know.
And like I said,
I cook just for you.
You do cook just for me.
Chunky chili.
And if it looks at me funny, I'm not going to eat it.
I know. I've made so many foods where I'm like, I put in all the time and effort. She goes, nope.
Just looks at me. It's a no. And starts talking crap before it ever gets to my face.
Sharon says, I make my homemade ketchup. It's great with allulose and not as sweet as the store brands. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. That's awesome. I'm jealous. Let's see. One of the toughest things I gave up going carnivore was ketchup on my scrambled eggs.
I like just scrambled eggs with nothing on them. Just plain. I'll put salt or pepper on them, but they're fine just plain.
About the treadmill. The treadmill. Just running.
Yes.
The running emoji. Yes. Toddler zoomies.
Exactly.
She just gets too, like, if she gets hungry or too much energy, she's just like
wild. My sister has dealt with chronic hypoglycemia, and for the longest time, at least starting as teenagers, I thought she was just a mean human. I thought she was just a mean and nasty person, and that's just who she was. Until we figured out that she had hypoglycemia, and hers is like a rebound hypoglycemia. Whenever she eats something high in carbs, then she would have a swift postprandial drop. And she was like just so hateful.
Layman's terms.
After eating, drop in blood sugar. She would get so mean and hateful and just like physically attack me, kind of mean. And, I just forever thought she was just a bitch, but it turns out she actually has a reason for it. And she's been controlling it for a long time with diet and exercise and that kind of stuff. But, our little one, she must have some type of low blood sugar issue or something, because if she doesn't eat, that child is just mean. I mean, mean. Like,
I don't care about you.
I don't care.
Throw it away.
Some of the nastiest stuff, and she will just,
she is her mother's daughter.
Mean.
Because her mom was mean to me too.
Well, yeah. Her mom is her mom.
I liked mustard on my second day mac and cheese.
I don't.
That sounds like a weird religion.
I've never mustard.
I am a practicing
second day mac and cheese.
Second day mac and cheese. Hallelujah.
I've never liked mustard. The one thing. So, my mom used to make lamb for holidays. What?
Lynn said, "Look at your face."
My mom used to make lamb for holidays, and she would coat it in mustard and like other seasonings, and then bake it and basically charbroil it so that it would get like a blackened crust on the outside. And that was very, very good. But again, it didn't really taste like mustard. And she used a lot of mustard powder in seasoning, but I've never liked mustard in and of itself.
Let's see. Jennifer wants to know, can she bring boxes this week? My angel will be back this weekend and to help organize the room they're in. By the way, pizza rolls don't taste like pizza or like any respectable pizza.
Very true.
Maybe we meet her for lunch sometime this week over at Rockstar Pizza or something.
Whatever you want to do, Jen, just let us know. Just text with Dustin. He'll get me together.
Yeah, I'll put it in the calendar and all the things.
Yeah.
I thought I was the pickiest eater on earth. Nope, Chandra has me beat.
I'm very picky, and I know I'm picky, and I always have wondered, how does somebody who barely eats anything get so damn big? I'm the only fat kid in my family. I'm also I am. But my sister I'm
not naming names. I don't want to get beat up.
That's 2 years older than me is slightly pickier than I am in some areas.
Like meat?
Right.
She won't eat a lot of meat.
Yeah. Yeah. She's basically like pescatarian. But
Nathan's jumbo hot dogs. Those are pretty good. We got a coupon to get some of those from the Kroger.
Yeah, won't touch them with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, hey, Charlie. Didn't see you there.
Where is Charlie?
Charlie's in here. Darth Carnivore.
Oh, that's right. He said something earlier. Hi, Charlie. Sorry we missed you. I blame him pretty much for everything.
So don't forget, Charlie, if you want to ride with me to Columbus, if you're going with us to Columbus, not this weekend, but the following weekend, let me know so we can get together. So I know, how to get to your house or whatever, because you're on the way. Jennifer Lucas says, by the way, Nurse Chandra, I was just gifted a new blood type.
Nice. So my question is, do you have a new blood type or do you have variations that others don't have? So I've had multiple patients who have a blood type, A positive, B positive, whatever, but they have other specific factors within their blood that makes making a match virtually impossible. Not impossible, because eventually they'll find something, but they have like other factors that are involved with their blood type. And if you give them something that has that additional factor, then it can actually cause a reaction, which is what you don't want to do when you're getting blood. Right. So my question is, do you have a type, but then you have other factors that are involved with your blood in particular? It's not rare, but it's less common. Most people fit into one category or the other. You're A, B, AB, O, and then you've got the RH positive or negative, and that's the major, like that's how most people get typed, screened, and they get blood. But if you have certain serotypes, which is a blood type, you can have other specifics and other, factors involved with your blood that can make it harder to match. So that's what I'm wondering. I now have a cat in my lap again. What are you doing, man?
Let's see. People saying hello. Charlie saying hello. Sherry made the mayo, put it on her burger with a fried egg, put Redmond salt and the ground mustard in it. Pretty good, she says.
Nice. It sounds like it was quick too.
It's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. It's a lot quicker than going to the grocery store and buying it.
Right.
He said, we'll do. I was ORH negative, DUI positive?
No,
Anyway,
DU. Anywho, now I'm just listed as O positive. Okay, so that makes a difference, and you need to get, if you are concerned. So they will type and screen you if you ever go to the hospital and there's an emergency or anything like that. They will type and screen you before they give you blood. That's a standard of practice that every facility follows. You must be type and screened. Your type and screen only lasts so long within your hospitalization period. I believe it's 48 hours, maybe 96. Anyway, I don't recall. But it lasts until the blood bank calls the nurse and says, you need to get a new type and screen. That's how long it lasts. Anyway, so they get a type and screen before they give you blood. But if they have you listed as O positive and you are actually O negative, then receiving O positive blood could cause a problem. So before you're ever in a situation where it would come to that, they will likely type and screen you before you get any blood. But it's never a bad idea to either have have your blood retested or have your physician explain to you why this has changed. To my knowledge, the DU, and this is just a quick, we didn't talk about this in nursing school kind of thing, but when you mentioned it last week, I did look it up. From what I saw, not a doctor, this is not my area of expertise.
Not medical advice.
I can explain how people are RH positive or negative, or how you're AB, B, or O, and what that means. But the DU positive or negative, to my knowledge, it can sway your result on your RH factor. But that is not my area of expertise. That was just a quick Google search going, what is DU positive? What does that mean again? And that it basically influences your RH. That's all that I know about it. And I may not even be correct about the DU part. But if you have concern, Prior to any hospitalization, blood, administration, you should be typed and screened again. Just to confirm.
Cat butt time.
Almost. Time. He's trying. You've got cat thigh.
Sherry's asking, why can't she see Jennifer's comments? Because Jennifer is commenting from Facebook. Because I simulcast this live to Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter.
How?
Or you can call it X. I call it Twitter. Can I call you X?
We're tweedling.
Yeah, we're on Twitter right now too.
Tweet.
For us, so we pay the $25 a month for StreamYard, and it allows us to stream to 3 different platforms. We could stream to Instagram, but it's a lot more complicated to do that. You got to go and get a stream key and all these weird things where all I got to do to stream to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter is just click the button when I set it up, and I'm good. So, yeah.
But Jen said that they were surprised too. They ran her blood type a second time, and they seem convinced that it's O positive now. Like I said, very quick search. Last time you mentioned DU was that it can influence your RH positivity or negativity. I'm not 100% sold on that. Jen says she's commenting from hell.
I mean, she does live south of us. I mean, like about a mile south of us.
Yeah. I mean, it is Indiana. Some people may call it hell. Could be. It's not warm enough for that, though, as far as I'm concerned.
She's like, I thought I accidentally blocked her or something. No. I mean, I supposedly I could get comments from Twitter as well, but I usually get views on Twitter, but nobody ever really comments from Twitter.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they can or whatever. I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm going to go see if I can.
You're going to go look it up?
So I can see what's going on with the tweets.
Tweet. Woo. Anyway.
DuckTales. Woo.
That's not the song I'm singing.
I know. What's the song I'm singing?
Singing Rockin' Robin. All the little birdies, all the chickadees.
So there's 6 people currently watching us on Twitter. If you're commenting or if you're watching on Twitter, say hello.
Say hi. You can comment. Look at the cat.
There's always the cat going on here.
They're all here for the cat. That's all. Do you know my favorite part about the cat? Okay, there's 2 favorite parts about the cat. These ears. Oh, they're so soft. Oh, they're like, I don't know, like butter. They're so soft. And then everybody else knows it, but cat beans are the best beans. I like cat beans. They're just a little soft, squishy cuteness. Look at those cat beans. You see them? Now these cat beans are sharp. So you have to be careful touching them. He lets me do it, but he may not let anybody else. Right? With your little cat beans.
So as you could see earlier, I did go ahead and pull up, all the fun stuff about Keto Palooza 2024. As I told each and every one of you on each live, we are going to talk about it for at least a couple of minutes because it is so very important to me to make sure that each and every one of you is in attendance. And I've told Autumn more than once that I would be sharing the information about Keto Palooza until it sells out. Now, like I've told everybody before, I get no monetary gain from this whatsoever. Merely the satisfaction and the selfishness that I get to see more people that I want to see, the more I promote it.
True.
So I want to see all of your bright and sunshiny faces. And Shauna says, KPL 2024 is in 219 days. That seems so far away. I mean, we have to get through the brunt of spring, summer, and into fall.
Yeah.
Fall.
You're getting your alien voice on.
218 days till Keto Palooza shenanigans. That is correct. Because I will be there Thursday, October the 10th, which is not a sanctioned KPL day, but I will be there. Allegedly, we are going to be going to the Brazilian steakhouse where I will be eating, hopefully, nothing but picanha, as rare as they will bring it to me. It's like a part of the tenderloin that comes from like the sirloin. It's like a super special, like.
Is it beef or
Yes,
pork? Or
it is
okay,
beef.
Okay.
Where's the beef?
Okay. I was unsure about these things.
You should play the game sometimes where you think a person dead or alive, or we should play the game sometime where you think of a person dead or alive, and we have to ask you questions until we make our final guesses, and whoever guesses wrong is out.
Well, that would be difficult. Does it have to be somebody famous? Or could it be like my uncle? I mean, I think I would win.
Like, you know, I'm thinking of a lady that I bumped into at the grocery store the other day.
Right? I would
know.
win every time.
Shauna, wasn't that the triple S&M? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
What am I missing?
Ooh, I don't know.
Oh, the shenanigans.
Oh,
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. They're missing a couple of letters in that.
Hello, Evelyn. Evelyn is here.
Hi, Evelyn.
I was like, Ma, Evelyn is here. People were like, Ma, that's Ma. Well, no, you can't see us. Hold on. That's Ma for all of those who don't know. I'm Paul. That's
I'm Ma.
Where's Kettle?
You know what?
I'm sure there's some old enough people in here to know about Mom, Pa, Kettle.
Yeah.
Boo.
Ah, there she is.
Ghosts.
Back from hell.
LOL. Yeah, I'm not sharing that with outsiders. I don't know what's going on. I think, is it Keto After Dark already? What's happening?
I don't know. Talking about some things.
It has to be someone famous that most people would know.
I don't know. I think that it should be just somebody that I know, and then I'll win.
Someone that I know, that you don't know, that she's supposed to know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdos.
It's this cat.
Yeah.
Come here. You're being weird. Now you're on my knees with your claws out.
I do like games.
You do like games.
Yes. Oh, we're having Sunday dinner with the kids over here on Sunday night.
They were all told it's mandatory because I want to see my kids.
So do you know why I made that new group chat for the kids?
Why?
Because Jackson was complaining that the other group chat is too many pictures of Logan or the girl.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I can't.
It's like, just nobody cares about 15, 20 pictures of the girl all day, every day. My niece is just another picture of my niece. And I'm like, you self-centered. That's exactly what it is.
He's mid-20s and he's male. What do you expect?
I'm mid-40s and I'm male, and I'm still kind of self-centered.
She's our grandkid. Of course, we want to see all the pictures of her.
Somebody that I used to know. I'm going to try my hand at making carnivore. Don't turn your hands into carnivore crisps.
That sounds like a bad idea.
You only get 1 or 2 chances, and then you're Hook McGee.
Oh, get out of my head.
Okay. All right. So in 2019, I started a new job.
Yes.
So I didn't get to go on vacation, which was a last minute vacation because we weren't going to go on vacation because I had just started a new job.
Mm-hmm.
But our daughter decided they were going to go down to Florida to see the ocean and take the grandkid, which meant she was going to go.
They weren't going all the way across the country with my brand new granddaughter.
Yes.
To maybe lose her in the water. I don't know.
So they took all the kids. Everybody went. Mm-hmm. And they were in the water for like 5 minutes. And
we were at
Pensacola
Beach. And there they allow fishing on the beach, which is fine. I mean, sort of. It's kind of dangerous, but whatever. So people are fishing and people are swimming. And we walk down a ways and go to this part where there's not a lot of traffic. There's not a lot of people there. No big deal. Everybody goes into the water. I'm hanging out with the baby up on the beach, having a good time. No big deal. And then all of a sudden, my middle one comes up from the ocean, hobbling, and other people are like helping carry him up.
People you do or don't know.
I think there was one was one of my kids, but the other I think was some stranger. Help hobbles come up to the shore, and he comes up to our beach blanket, and he's like, "Mom!" And he's got a hook, not just like a little bit in his foot, but like in his toe, like in it. And so I'm like, great. Okay, so we've been here 15 minutes. Everybody wants to swim. you're losing it because you have a hook in your foot and you won't let me pull it out. Okay. So Potomac Chungus was born. I ended up being the bad mom because he was 19. Is that when was he 19?
Oh, he's 24 now.
And when was this?
2014.
No,
2019. So 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's like 19 years old.
Yeah, he was like 19 years old. I bought a case of beer, and I said, "Do what you're gonna do until you are calm enough that we can rip this hook out of your foot." So I gave him a pair of pliers and a case of beer, and eventually the hook came out of his foot on his own hand because he refused to let me touch it, and he was fine. And he ruined our only day that we had to go to the beach. We got to be there for 15 minutes. And he was called Potomac Chungus ever since.
I would be so mad if I went all the way to Florida and got to go to the ocean for 15 minutes. Oh, wait, we went to Florida this time. I didn't get to go to the ocean for no minutes.
That's true.
Well, we were supposed to go, but we didn't feel good.
No, that was a rough day.
So let's see. Jahil says, somebody that ping pong pin pong. I don't know what is that how that song goes?
That's him singing that song.
Oh, okay. If you don't know, Jahil puts music out on his Instagram. Go follow him on Instagram. Put your Instagram in there or whatever.
Or something.
Yeah.
And junk.
Mm-hmm. That's scary. I caught a puppy once with a hook.
Fishing? Or
dude, you can't
no, you need to elaborate.
Yeah, we need more information.
I don't know how that works. I don't know if the puppy was like swimming and maybe you meant guppy. I'm not sure. That sounds like an interesting story.
Yeah.
Somebody caught my son. That's all.
But you were just pulled it out and kept swimming.
I wanted to yank it out and just send him back in.
You should have just yeeted it right out and then put him.
He wouldn't let me eat it.
He was unyeatable.
It was not eatable.
Yeet.
He was very. It's very odd because I don't think I've ever done anything to make my children not trust me and not trust my medical advice, not trust the idea that I'm not here to hurt them. But for some reason, when they have something wrong with them, they automatically discount whatever I have to say.
I don't.
Automatically, mom has no idea what she's talking about.
I just don't want you to dig at my back.
I do want to cut open your back. A lot. But I don't, and I refrain.
She wants to stab me in the back.
He has a cyst on his back, and I want to bring home a scalpel and cut it open and take it out. But he won't let me.
I told her, I gave her the stipulations.
I understand why.
Because it's going to hurt a lot.
But I think you'll live through it. What I want to do and what I actually do are two very different things. Right?
Whatever.
I definitely want to cut open your back. But I am not.
I hear you, Sharon.
Jen, I still want to know how you caught a puppy.
Yeah, we're waiting.
Bated breath. He's going to hold his breath until you tell us. I wonder if he really will turn blue. Or are you breathing through your nose?
There we go. Okay.
All right.
I just scratched my nose too. Okay. Yeah. We had the poles ready and baited. Sadly, mom broke her leg.
Oh.
Weird. That took a left turn. We rushed to her aid, leaving poles on a picnic table. Meanwhile, a puppy found the poles and got hooked.
Oh, that is tragic on every level.
That's so bad. I caught a mermaid once while fishing. Her name was Ariel. She said she was trying to find a prince or something. I made a nice jambalaya that day.
Okay. So today the girl was over.
And she was a mermaid.
And I had bought a mermaid skirt at Goodwill a while back and forgot to give it to her because I have lots of stuff I've given to her. And it was very like it goes down the legs and like makes you have to barely be able to walk with it on.
She was just hopping
and
everywhere.
She was just hopping everywhere in it. And she told me that she is going to wear this forever and never take it off. And she did put her regular clothes on before she left.
Well, she had regular clothes on underneath it.
Took it home with her.
Oh, Paul used magic and gave her legs back.
Yes.
So she could still be a mermaid, but have legs.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
She's my favorite mermaid.
Because she was going to fall. Because she put like the shoes on and was trying to hop with those shoes.
Oh, yes. She's got Little Mermaid heels. So she was hopping in the heels.
They're like this tall.
Yeah. It's not even a half inch, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
But she was hopping around in this skirt all afternoon being a mermaid. And I asked, so if there are people with fish tails, are there fish with people legs? And where do they live? Do they swim or do they walk on land? And she said they walk on land.
She is pretty smart. She is smarter than us.
Yeah, I said, well,
I am smarter than you.
That would be weird.
Silly humans. I am very much smarter than you. If you haven't watched that show, you have to. It's on Netflix. Everyone has Netflix.
Yes, it's called Resident Alien.
There's 2 seasons.
Very funny.
The second season's like 16 episodes.
Yeah, it'll occupy you for at least a week.
And then we've got that. So we finished that for right now until we decide to get the Paramount Plus. But they're doing weekly episodes, so we'll wait till that's all done. And then we'll do like the whatever, because it's like $12 a month. But you get Stars with it. But I don't even know if there's anything on Stars or not. Or not Stars, Showtime. And let's see. So we've got the Apple TV Plus, and we've been watching Shrinking, and then we've got that Loot show, right?
We're gonna try that.
The one with Maya Rudolph. We love her, and
we do like her.
And then there's a show about we liked Silicon Valley on HBO.
And it's very similar.
Very similar show to Silicon Valley. And there's a bunch of other shows. And I do want to watch Shogun on Hulu. It looks pretty epic. Like it's a big, huge production show.
That looks like something my dad would watch.
Yeah. Did you have to give her...
Did she give you her voice in a shell?
I can't read.
Obviously. Is fundamental.
I need to go to the Institute for Kids Who Don't Read Good.
What you need is Hooked on Phonics. It worked for me.
It did not. Actually, I ate the shell. Had a snail in it. I felt so French and fancy. He, ho, ho.
All right, weirdos. I'm glad these are our people.
Have a great evening, all. Time for a nice hot shower. All right. Some steamy time for Sharon.
Gotta wash the workout sweat away.
Wash that right out of my hair.
Yep. Have a good night, Sharon.
Good night, Sharon.
I keep yawning.
Yeah.
You must be boring.
I am. Just look at me. Boring. You know.
I was working upstairs prior to coming down, and I'm surprisingly much slower at getting my work done today than I have been.
Thank you for sharing.
Dorks.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm surprisingly much slower than I have been in a while. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just that it's a lot of work. And I don't know, frustrated with eBay because it's barely moving at a snail's pace.
I'm glad we didn't have a lot yesterday because we went to the post. I went to the post office and they've been super busy. So, for no reason.
Yeah, but I have over 1,000 listings up and things are just crawling to sell.
I teach reading to adults for free unless your name is Dustin, then I charge double. Double.
Yes.
Double.
You should charge him all the money.
Looked up Resident Alien and accidentally clicked on Resident Evil.
That's a very different show.
Yeah.
Very, very different. Resident Alien is funny.
Yes. Resident Evil was a fun video game.
There's a couple of spots in it that are questionable. But it's very funny. Yeah. It's awkward funny, but not as not as far awkward funny as like The Office.
Yeah.
It's funnier, but also awkward. I feel like I'm sliding
like a
down
good
the
comeback
couch.
story.
Yes. You're a good comeback story.
No, I know.
Weird.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, Resident Evil's different than Resident Alien. It is a comedy. It does take
Is
a little.
it a comedy?
It is a comedy.
Resident Evil.
No, I said Resident Alien is a comedy. I said it's different than
okay.
Resident.
I thought you were
it's
saying
different
it the other
from.
way around. I was like, Resident Evil's not a comedy. That's not the same thing.
I wasn't an Office fan. I mean, there was some. Of course, I didn't watch much of it.
I didn't like The Office. The one episode I did like that I actually watched was when they moved Dwight, the weird guy's desk, a few inches every single day until they moved him into the bathroom. Now that was funny.
There was one where
that was funny.
They had a totally different guy come in, and they were pretending to be the guy that sits next to Dwight or whatever. And the guy, he's like a white guy, and they had like a guy of color come in, and he was just like, I'm whatever his name is, I can't remember. And Dwight's like, no. And like then he was like picking up pictures and all had him in it. And then like the guy's wife walks by and like gave him a kiss on the cheek or whatever, said, I love you, good to see you today, or whatever, which is like totally like they were just messing with Dwight the entire time.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That was the only funny part about The Office. Otherwise, I didn't like it. I found it just boring, not funny. And I've worked in offices and I was still just like,
offices are not like The Office.
I don't want to repeat whatever happens at work at home. This is not good. This is not fun.
Yeah.
Bling.
Weird.
He's making faces at me.
I'm trying. My nose is very itchy. I promise it's not a problem.
No. But Resident Alien is a comedy. It is funny.
And you have to pay attention to the little guides. Like at the beginning of each episode, there's like a guide. They're
so funny.
Like check mark things, and they're like, no, what you're supposed to.
It's like the pamphlet that you get on an airplane.
Yeah.
You know, that shows you like, do this, do that, do this.
Don't do that.
They're very cute. It's very funny.
He loves pizza. And
it's awkward. And if you start talking alien, you'll get stuck talking alien. You can't get out of it.
Oh, it is a good show. It
is.
But like there's some irritating things about it. It's like with any show, like the mayor. Yeah.
There's some irritating parts, characters that are obnoxious here and there, and like the same repetitive storyline. Not enough to where you'll stop watching it, but just enough where you're like, all right, can we solve this problem and move on?
Yeah. Well,
But I think all shows have those as issues. Like there's always a character you're going to hate. There's always like a storyline you just get tired of and over with. But usually there's enough other things going on that doesn't bother you too much. In the Resident Alien one, there's enough other things going on that I like it.
And if you want a good look into our sense of humor, Big Mouth comes back to Netflix in April.
Yes.
The 8th and final season of Big Mouth comes in April. That is, we watch that show and we cackle and we cackle and we cackle. Woo!
Yeah, we like Big Mouth. We like
Big Mouth was good.
We liked Santa Clarita Diet.
That was good.
That was really good. It was kind of gross, but really good.
And well, there's 2 series that are involved with the Big Mouth universe. There's Human Resources.
That one was funny too.
Yeah, so
we like disturbing humor a lot. So be forewarned.
Let's see.
But the Resident Alien, I don't think is that disturbing.
She said she'll report back. Sounds like something my crew would have done. Mike O'Brien, son of Tom O'Brien, car mogul, always passed out at our parties. So one night the guys tied him to a kitchen chair and lowered him off the 3rd floor balcony into a giant bush.
Nice.
Weird. Let's see. Who is your favorite character in Big Mouth? And I used to watch Santa Clarita Diet, and they freaking canceled it. Yeah, Big Mouth. I think Maury's my.
I love Maury.
Maury,
and I like. Oh shoot! What's the girl?
Is it Maya Rudolph's character?
Yeah, what's her name?
I can't think of what her name is in the show. Oh yeah, that is. Oh man,
I don't want to give too much away because I don't know if many of our
a lot of people probably would not.
it.
A lot of people would not probably
think that is funny as much as we do. But Maurice's little friends, I love them. I have a friend who crochets, and I've been begging her to make me a bag of them, but she has not yet.
Yeah, Jahil should know what they are. Little bags of his little
bags
little
of Maurice's friends, and they all have feelings. Let's see.
I might need one. Anyone here want a tent?
A tent?
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to live under an underpass, and I want to be a troll, so I need a tent to live in. I've got to start getting some riddles. Connie. Yeah, she's won Emmys for that show and that character.
I freaking love her on Big Mouth. Connie and
it's very, very, very adult humor.
It is very
centered around middle school children.
Centered around being a middle school child going through puberty.
Yeah.
Which we've all done, except for maybe not Timmy.
I want one of those friends. I want a whole bag of those friends.
We've all done it. We've all gone through puberty, except for Timmy, and we've all experienced these things. So it's hilarious to watch it back and be like, oh, God. And some of it's so bad. Yeah. So bad, where you're just like,
watch at your own risk.
Why?
There's 7 seasons of it, 10 episodes a season. And I think there's even like a bonus episode in there for
didn't they do a musical one?
Well, they're all musicals.
No. I don't think they're not all.
They sing a lot.
It's not the same. But yeah, it's very, very, I don't know, very laughing at farts kind of jokes. And that's our
Are you gonna have us Googling stuff again? Is this any old lady? You know what? If you watch it, it's on you.
If you watch that show, that's on you. And that one is Big Mouth and Human Resources. And they are funny, but just be prepared. It's probably mostly sex-based.
Yeah, I mean, it's based around middle school kids in puberty.
Yeah.
In an animated form.
Right.
With adults doing voices.
Yes. It's funny.
It's very risque.
And what 90s was, what growing up the late 80s, early 90s was.
Yeah.
It's just
one of those things, like, that's a look into our humor.
Right.
The things, basically what we are when the camera is off.
Yes.
Because we are depraved human beings.
Right. But Resident Alien does not fit into that category. It's actually just funny.
Yeah. It's cute. It's a sci-fi series on Sci-Fi Network that shows on Paramount Plus, and the first 2 seasons are now on Netflix.
Right.
And they've been doing a crossover. There was that School Spirit show on Netflix. There was a show called School Spirit where a teenage girl in high school is now a ghost at school. And that was a Paramount Plus series. I'm guessing it's going to get a season 2. Just a matter of when that will come out. Mm-hmm. Because of all the strikes and everything that have happened with the writers and all that stuff. But yeah.
Oh, so you're saying like things from Paramount Plus are making their way over
to Netflix. Yeah. Well, I imagine we're probably there's so many streaming services. There's probably going to be a big consolidation at some point.
I would hope so.
Because Freevee's kind of going to go by the wayside. Oh, I haven't even told you this. We pay for Amazon Prime, right?
Right.
There's another charge. We can pay $3 more a month now and not have commercials on our Amazon Prime. Like anything we watch, movies or TV shows on Amazon Prime.
We already don't get commercials.
We do now. Now it's like $2.99 a month or $2.99 a month extra to not get commercials. I didn't do it yet because we haven't been watching too much stuff over there. But I figure if there's a series that pops up that we want to watch, or like when Reacher season 3 hits again, I'll want to not watch that with commercials. But yeah.
Is it just like a before and after commercial?
I think it's
break it up in the middle.
Breaking up in the middle, yeah. Yeah.
Well, they got to pay for their services.
Yeah,
somehow,
and I think that's why they're canceling Freebie. And if they're not careful, they're going to bring pirating back. Now, see, in the mid 2000s with cable and everything being so expensive with cable and people not being able to afford cable, because who could afford like $100, $150 a month?
And it went
TV?
up every year.
Yeah,
even higher.
And then you added the internet into it. So what everybody was doing is just pirating everything
and sharing
and torrenting it and downloading like entire seasons of stuff and then sharing it, and then we could watch whatever we wanted.
Yeah,
allegedly. And then streaming services came along and everything was like basically in like there was like the Netflix and there was Amazon Prime, and now there's like 50 different streaming services.
Right. And every other week there's a new one that pops up.
Yeah, and they all want money and all that stuff. Let's see. Didn't they make the show Third Rock from the Sun?
Paramount?
I don't know who made that show.
I don't know, but I liked
I thought that was on NBC.
That had John Lithgow in it.
Yeah, I love John Lithgow.
I don't know where that was. It was a very funny show, though. I didn't
watch it. There was a whole time from like the late like 98 through like 2007 where I worked night shift. So I didn't see TV because I went to work at 4:00 in the afternoon and didn't get off until midnight, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, depending on what season it was. So I didn't see TV because there was no, unless it was a DVD series or something, I didn't get to see TV and people brought it over. We watched a lot of movies though.
Let's see.
Or I watched a lot of Nick at Night back then.
During that same time period, I had, children, and my ex-husband was working nights, and I was a housewife, so I stayed up all those nights and watched all that crap that was on, because I would stay up until he would get home, because I don't like it if everybody's not in the house. I can't fall asleep. But so you got to go out and party on your days off, and I diapered, nursed, took care of.
I missed that.
You're lucky. Dealt with screaming babies.
I dealt with screaming babies.
All of that. No, when?
Well, our granddaughter.
That's different.
It was cute. We just snuggled and we napped a bunch.
She's my favorite.
Now she refuses to nap with me.
She refuses to cuddle a lot. Not always, though. She cuddled you one day this week.
Yeah, now she just
when she was mad at me.
Or was she like, she had like had her. I woke up this morning or this afternoon or whatever. We slept through Metapocalypse today, where everybody thought that they got hacked by Facebook, and I was like, we slept right through it.
Yeah. Well, so she gets here at 6 something a.m. And this morning she was up for a little bit when she got there. So we didn't end up napping for a little while. And then when we did nap, we napped later.
Till like 1?
No, we were up by noon.
Noon, 1, whatever.
But we didn't nap until later. So
yeah,
that happens sometimes. Anyway, but yeah, so she cuddled you earlier this week when she was mad at me.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I don't remember what she was mad at me for.
I don't know.
She was really mad at me.
She's mad at you today?
No, had to have been yesterday. She cuddled you.
Oh, I don't know. Because she said she hated you.
Yeah.
And you told her to say sorry and she wouldn't do it.
That's what it was. Yeah. She said she hated me. I told her that's not okay, and that she needed to say she was sorry, and then she hated me and she cuddled up to you, and she wouldn't cuddle me at all.
Shauna said she had a nap today. It was nice. Naps are the best.
They are wonderful. I love naps. Our problem is we stay up till 2 and 3 and 4 a.m. throughout the week. She gets here at 6, and sometimes we have just fallen asleep, and then we nap and we miss the day. Or we get up, 11 or 12 and we're grouchy because we didn't get enough sleep because we stayed up all night. But the work has to get done, and she's here till 4:00 most days. So we don't get work done because she needs to be entertained. Our schedules are all kind of a hot mess.
Chandra, if you were a housewife, what would your tagline be? I'm a nurse, so if you mess with me, I'll take care of you violently. That's the best I could come up with.
So when I was a housewife, everything was different. I would not go back to that in a heartbeat. I don't know if I'd have a tagline now. Surprisingly, I'm pretty compassionate as a nurse. My one of my old friends always said she was surprised that I became a nurse because she thought I was such a hateful and mean person in general. But as it turns out, when I'm wearing my scrubs, I'm pretty caring and compassionate about people. So I don't know what my nursing tagline would be.
Jennifer says she bounced out for more adulting, back now. All right, welcome back. So yeah, hit me up this week and we will get together for lunch.
Yes, and I'll take boxes.
Yeah, probably Thursday would be best though,
Yeah,
depending
I feel
on
like
what.
I have something in my eyeball.
Your eyeball.
It's not my eyeball that's in my eye.
Shauna says, I'm a crafter. Watch yourself after years of hot glue incidents. I have no fingerprints and can craft my way out of trouble.
Nice. I steamed my hand earlier today. It hurt pretty badly. But it's fine. I didn't blister. Not yet, at least. I don't know why. I just feel like there's something in my left eyeball.
Jennifer says, say that again. She's great with sutures.
Yes.
And Shauna sent us a picture of a cat riding a chicken. Says she's got a chicken to ride. She's got a chicken to ride.
She's got a chicken to ride.
But she don't care.
She's got a chicken to ride, but she don't care. It's Ticket to Ride.
I don't know that song.
It's from the Beatles, I think.
Oh, I like metal.
Is it the Beatles or was it the Monkees? I think it was the Beatles, Ticket to Ride. She's got a ticket to ride. She's got a ticket to ride, but she don't care.
It only takes 2 days of detasseling corn to smooth away your fingerprints.
Huh. Excuse me.
Thank you, Chandra. Beatles.
I thought it was the Beatles, but for some reason my head was like, maybe it's the Monkees.
Hey, hey, we're the Monkees.
I remember that when I was a kid. We used to watch the Monkees.
I used to watch the Monkees too.
My sister and I had a crush on, I think it was Davy.
By the time you were watching him, he was like 800 years old.
Probably.
He was like, my name is David.
Probably. Oh, but anyway.
Yes.
We probably need to wrap up this party because I haven't eaten and I'm starting to feel tired.
Yeah, you've got your food over there.
And I still have to work.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start our Midwest goodbye.
Well,
thank you so much to all of our lovely, wonderful members, new and old.
And everybody who came in to just hang out.
Just come to hang out and chat with us.
Sorry, we're kind of boring tonight.
Yeah, we're always kind of boring. Last week was a lot more entertaining. Funnier things to look up on the internet.
Sometimes.
I mean, we can always give you things to look up.
I mean, who did the joke about the gray sweatpants? You're going to learn today. Was that Kevin Hart?
That's Kevin Hart, yeah.
Kevin Hart, gray sweatpants, you're going to learn today.
What about an awful waffle? Blue waffles?
Don't look that up. That was a bad joke that went around the internet.
Have not Googled that. Good for you. Good for you, Shauna.
The gray sweatpants and going to learn today from Kevin Hart.
The way my bank account is set up.
And the way my bank account is set up. Two very, very funny
bits.
Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word for that. See, I'm tired. My brain ain't working.
Yes. Well,
anyway,
we love each and every one of you, including you, Timmy.
Yes,
Timmy, we love you, our biggest fan, Timmy. Mark Faye from Googling Eggplant Friday.
Yes.
You never know, Shauna. You might just like it.
Oh.
We don't know.
Now you know what makes Dustin cry.
Lynn, goodbye, dear.
Good night, guys.
thank you all so much for real, no cap for being here.
Yes.
Yeah, Google that for real, no cap. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and find that Riz. It's almost Friday. It's
know.
Tuesday.
We're getting there though.
I will be live tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by myself, talking about getting out of your own way, because that seems to be what we do. We get into our own way.
It happens.
It happens.
I have a jar of chocolate and a spoon.
Oh, I need some of that.
It's a problem.
Alrighty. Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks again so much for being here.
Yes. We will see you
next Tuesday. You can Google that. Google "see you next Tuesday."
Yes.
Or don't.
Or
Probably
don't.
don't. But maybe. You never know. See you next Tuesday.